everyone, I'm Lizzie. I'm a cellist specialising in chamber music and early music, historically informed performance. I studied at the Royal Academy of Music in both modern cello and second study Baroque cello. I play in two main groups. The first is an early music ensemble called the Wandering Fiddlers, and in that group I play with the amazing violinists Dr. Alberto Sanna and Marino Copuli. You'll meet Marino as one of the other Fresco musicians. I'll insert a clip here of us playing together. The other group I play with is the Allegria Piano Trio with Vanessa White and Amy Luke. Vanessa and I have known each other since we were 16, playing together in the National Youth String Orchestra, and Amy and I have played together regularly as a cello and piano duo. Since graduating music college and becoming my own teacher, I found it difficult to organise my own practice. So I thought I'd share with you some of my tips for staying motivated and for problem solving in your practice. Here I'm just reading, which I like to do every morning. This book that I'm reading is called Cello by William Pleeth. It's so interesting. So my teacher Felix studied with William Pleeth. So many of his ideas I visited with Felix when I was studying with him. So today I was reading the chapter The Craft of the Bow, and it starts with a quote from Pleeth. "Your bow is your voice, let it speak." I think that's so true and really important for us to think about. And he goes on to say, "When you think of your bow arm, think of air and of breathing. Use your right arm to create the sound a way a wind player uses his lungs and breath. And use your wrist and fingers the way he uses his tongue and lips." So I think this is going to be a main focus in my practice today, trying to find a sense of freedom and a sense of my cello being my voice. Here I'm just setting my goals for my practice session. I like to do this every day because it makes me feel more focused and also like I've achieved something at the end of the day. If you want to know more about goal setting and about productivity in general, I'd really recommend the book Eat That Frog. So I wanted to show you how I'll warm up using my main thought for the day, which is focusing on my right arm as being like my voice. So first of all, I want to wake up my right hand fingers. So I'll just do some circles with the bow one way and then the other. And all this time I am trying to focus on activating my little finger. Next I'll do some jumping from one string to the other, using only my fingers. I've anchored my arm here to the side of the cello so that I'm not tempted to use it in this movement. Next, I'll do a series of up bows and down bows, and I'll just try and make them sound the same as each other and also with as much resonance as possible, so really releasing my right arm. After this, to warm up, I'll focus on having a supple and flexible left hand. So I'll do some substitution exercises. All I do for this is play a chromatic scale using every finger per note of the scale. Next, I'll do an exercise which is going to wake up my right hand and also mean that I have a good amount of contact in every part of the bow. Now this I'll normally do for up bow and down bow staccato, and then I think I'll have a little look at the first variation of the Tchaikovsky Rococo variations, which I'm learning at the moment, and apply this exercise to that movement. So first of all, I'll start with 2 notes per bow, drawing little semicircles with my hand. Exposition of the Haydn D major concerto, which I'm also studying at the moment. And I also think about the same thing, about trying to create shape and a sense of lightness, with my fingers being like the teeth of the bow and my arm being like the lungs. Next I'll do some scales. While I'm practicing this scale, I'm thinking about releasing my right arm, trying to make the most resonant sound possible. I'm also thinking about trying to feel the bow vibrating in my hand. I find that this creates much more resonance in the sound because I'm not pressing my hand against the stick. I will practice in a variety of bowings, from separate bows, 4 notes to a bow, to all up in one bow. I will also practice détaché at the point, and then I will practice them in different rhythms and with and without vibrato. Next I'll apply some scales using the repertoire that I'm studying, so I'll look at the second variation of the Rococo variations and again the Exposition of Haydn D major concerto. The first time I played this scale I didn't like my articulation, it wasn't sparkly enough, so I tried it again coming off the string at the end of the scale. Next I move on to looking at some colours with my right arm in a more lyrical section of Tchaikovsky, so the third variation is what I'm going to look at today. Here I'm playing the theme using only my right arm, focusing on a smooth bow change and being as legato as possible. And next I'm adding my left hand and trying to give the phrase as much direction as I can and a really expressive vibrato. Finally, I'm playing the piano version of the theme and trying to find a more delicate and nostalgic sound. Thanks so much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed it and found some of it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe below and click the notification bell to stay updated whenever we upload a new video.